All right, let's talk about something that's going to expose a massive blind spot in many organizations. They have detailed roadmaps, sophisticated project tools, elaborate approval processes, but ask them one simple question: how much actual delivery capacity do your teams have next quarter? And you get blank stares every single time. This isn't just a planning oversight, this is strategic blindness that turns execution into a constant game of crisis management, and it's completely avoidable. Here's how this disaster typically unfolds. Leadership approves three high priority initiatives, all for Q3. Each one seems totally reasonable in isolation. Engineering gets assigned to all three. Product management splits their time accordingly. Everyone walks out feeling optimistic about the plan. But 2 months later, everything's behind schedule. The senior backend engineer has become the bottleneck on all three projects. The UX designer is context switching between initiatives every day. QA is scrambling to keep up with testing demands across multiple work streams. So what went wrong? Well, nothing that couldn't have been predicted with 30 minutes of honest capacity modeling. But instead of modeling capacity, most organizations operate on these lovely assumptions. The team can handle it, we'll figure out the details as we go, everyone's roughly available unless we hear otherwise. Well, these feel reasonable until you actually do the math. That 10-person engineering team that everyone keeps talking about, well, after meetings, support responsibilities, vacation time, onboarding overhead, and all the other stuff that doesn't show up on the roadmaps, they might have 6.5 people's worth of actual project capacity. But your planning assumes all 10 are available for roadmap work. And then there's the specialist problem. Every organization has those handful of people who touch everything. The platform engineer, the data scientist, that one person who actually understands the legacy system. In planning sessions, each initiative assumes these people are fully available. But nobody's tracking that that same person is critical to 4 different projects. That's not planning. That's wishful thinking with a Gantt chart. And so how do you fix this? Well, it's not complicated, but it does require some discipline. Here's exactly what you need to do. Step 1. Implement a lightweight capacity tracker. Start simple. Share a spreadsheet. Make it a basic dashboard. It doesn't really matter. What matters is showing team capacity versus committed work, broken down by quarter or by sprint. The goal is not precision down to the minute. The goal is transparency. When everyone can see the same reality about available time and existing commitments, conversations about new work become honest instead of political. Step 2. Visualize capacity by team and by role. Create a heat map showing availability across your key functions. Green for comfortable capacity, yellow for stretched zones, red for, dear God, please don't add anything else. And here's the crucial thing. Track specialized roles separately. Your data analysis capacity is completely different from your general engineering capacity. Your platform team availability has nothing to do with your feature development bandwidth. Make these distinctions visible. Step 3. Run capacity forecasts before approving work. And this is the step that transforms how decisions get made in your organization. Before greenlighting any initiative, check its capacity impact against your model. Will this overload critical roles? Are there timing conflicts with other committed work? Flag the problems and suggest alternatives. Like, we could take this on if we defer project X by 6 weeks. Or this requires hiring another backend engineer before we start. Step 4. Set and respect capacity guardrails. And here's where leadership discipline really matters. Create thresholds like 80% maximum planned utilization and then stick to them. Build these guardrails into your initiative approval process. This is not pessimistic planning, it's sustainable planning. That 20% buffer accounts for unplanned work, learning curves, and the inevitable surprises that derail perfect schedules. And then step 5, review capacity monthly. Make capacity review a recurring part of your operational rhythm. Monthly look ahead and adjust sessions with delivery leads are very, very helpful. Stay ahead of bottlenecks. Stay ahead of shifting availability and changing priorities. When capacity planning becomes proactive instead of reactive, you can steer around problems before they become crises. So you can have the most brilliant strategy in the world, but if you can't accurately model what your teams can deliver, you're just setting expensive promises that you probably can't keep. Capacity planning is not about limiting ambition, it's about aligning ambition with reality so that you can deliver what you promise instead of promising what you can't deliver. So start with step 1. Build a simple capacity tracker for your most constrained team. You'll immediately see gaps and opportunities that were invisible before. Because the goal is not to keep everyone busy at 100% capacity. The goal is to keep everyone effective, focused, and set up to win.